A very good morning to everyone. So today I would like to introduce about the Rococo. Rococo is a fascinating art and architecture style that emerged from Paris in early 18th century. So to understand the Rococo, we all can think about the three words, which is the lightness, elegant, and also the asymmetry. Unlike the former style before, Rococo is focused on the curving natural form. Visually, we can recognize it by use of the white and also the pastel color. So actually, the Rococo was all talking about the love, the romance, and nature. It showed the scene of the youth and the beauty and something with the drama. Lastly, actually the term of the Rococo was driven from the rocaille, Rocaille. So this word is referred to the decorative shell and the rocks. Because of that, this influenced us that see the shell-like, the organic curve in the Rococo design today.
Hello, my name is Hafiz Fikri. My matrix number 104287. I will be presenting the explicit and implicit meaning of the artwork. The painting Apotheosis of Hercules by François Lemons depicts the moment when Hercules is elevated to Mount Olympus after his death and transformed into a god. Hercules is portrayed as a muscular and idealized figure representing heroism and strength. He is carried up by Olympian gods such as Jupiter, Juno, and Minerva, and surrounded by beauty and mythological beings. Then the composition is filled with dynamic movement, radiant light, and luminous cloud, emphasizing the transition from the mortal world to the divine. Really, visually, the painting represents triumph and glorification after Hercules complete his legendary labor. Okay, next on an implicit level. The awak symbolizes endurance, sacrifice, and perseverance. Hercules represents the ideal human who overcomes suffering, thought strength, discipline, and courage. His ascent reflects the belief in spiritual elevation and immortality. Within the Rococo context, the painting also conveys themes of power, hierarchy, and legitimacy, aligning with the values of the French aristocracy, who admire grandeur and elegance. That's all for me. Thank you.
Apotheosis of Hercules is a painting of a mythological scene in which Hercules returns to Olympus. In the painting, it consists of 142 figures in the sky. However, there are 12 prominent Greek mythology figures in the painting, and they are Hercules, love of virtue, Diane, Mars, Venus, Hebe, Jupiter, Apollo, Iris, Neptune, Cybele, and Minerva. Hercules, who is holding a mace carved from olive wood and wearing the skin of the Nemean lion as clothes, is carried on a chariot drawn by love of virtue. Love of virtue is an associated figure symbolizing the elevation of man beyond himself. Hercules, who is now a demigod, achieves immortality. He defeats monsters and vices. On Olympus, Jupiter, surrounded by 140 gods and goddesses, presents the hero with his wife-to-be, Hebe, goddess of youth.
Good morning, sir. My name is Mashita Sulong, and my matrix number is 110736. I will present about Francois Lemoine background. Francois Lemoine was a Rococo painter born in Paris in 1688. Francois Lemoine started his artistic education by the age of 13 by entering the studio of Louis Galloche. He was trained by Galloche, a respected history painter and member of Académie Royale. Lemoine successfully established himself in highly competitive environment of the Royal Academy of Painting and Sculpture. He also achieving the prestigious title of first painter to the king. In early 18th century, Lemoine competed with his main rival, Jean-François de Troyes, for major commission and academic honors. Beyond his own artistic production, Lemoine also played a crucial role as an educator. As a professor at the Académie Royale, he influenced many students. His most famous pupils later become leading figures of the mature Rococo style. It is Francois Boucher and Charles Joseph.
Good evening, sir. My name is Joe Vincent. Today I would like to talk about the background of Rococo art. Rococo art is an artistic movement that emerged in early 18th century France. Due to the death of King Louis XIV, it developed as a reaction against the grandeur, rigidity, and formality of Baroque art. While Baroque art emphasized drama, power, and religious intensity, Rococo art focused on elegance, lightness, and decorative beauty, reflecting a shift toward secular and aristocratic taste. After the death of King Louis XIV, the French aristocracy moved away from the former court life of Versailles and settled in Parisian townhouse. This encouraged a more intimate and leisurely lifestyle which strongly influenced artistic expression. Rococo art became closely associated with aristocratic leisure, social gatherings, commerce, and entertainment. This style is characterized by the soft pastel colors, a symmetrical curve, and elaborate ornamental details that create a sense of refinement and grace. Next, common themes in Rococo art include love, pleasure, nature, and mythological subjects presented, and it was presented in a playful and sensual manner. The movement have a significant influence on painting, interior design, furniture, and decorative arts. Key artists of the Rococo period include Antoine Watteau, who introduced the fête galante genre, Francois Boucher, known for his decorative court painting, and Jean-Honoré Fragonard, whose work was swing and exemplifies the light-hearted spirit of Rococo. By the mid-18th century, Rococo art began to decline due to the criticism that it was overly decorative, superficial, and morally lacking. The rise of Enlightenment ideas emphasize reason, simplicity, and moral seriousness, and it was leading to the development of neoclassicism. As a result, Rococo art gradually fell out of favor and was replaced by a more structured and rational artistic style.
Today, I will be presenting the technique and process used in the ceiling painting The Apotheosis of Hercules by Francois Lemoine. The Apotheosis of Hercules is a large-scale ceiling painting, complete in 1736, located in the Salon de Hercule at the Palace of Versailles. Due to the massive size of the ceiling and its height, Lemoine had to carefully plan both the composition and technical process before executing the final work. Before starting the painting, Lemoine conducted preparatory studies by producing multiple sketches. These sketches helped him determine the arrangement of figures, body movements, and viewing perspective from below. This step was crucial to ensure that the figures would appear natural and visually correct when seen from the floor. From these studies, Lemoine arranged more than 140 figures in a dynamic circular composition that rotates toward the center. He applied the foreshortening technique to create the illusion of depth, making the figures appear as if they are floating in the air. This technique allows the ceiling to feel open and expansive rather than flat. The movement of the figures creates a strong visual flow that draws the viewer's eye upward, giving the impression of ascension toward the sky. Hercules is placed as the main focal point of the painting. He is surrounded by gods and allegorical figures symbolizing strength, virtue, and immortality. The composition uses asymmetrical balance, which enhances the dramatic and energetic quality of the scene. In terms of technique, Lemoyne used the Mirrorfletch method, where the painting was first executed in oil on canvas before being attached to the ceiling. This method allowed the artist better control over color, detail, and lighting compared to painting directly onto the ceiling. Additionally, Lumon applied chiaroscuro, which is the contrast between light and shadow, to create a dramatic internal effect, combined with foreshortening, soft lighting, bright colors, and layer cloths. This technique produces an illusion of infinite space, making the ceiling appear as though it opens up to heaven. So, in conclusion, through careful planning, advanced techniques, and strong visual composition, François Lumon successfully transformed the ceiling painting into a dynamic and immersive heavenly scene.
My name is Dayanku Nurul Ain. I want to present for my part. In conclusion, Rococo was an artistic style that emphasized elegant decoration and pleasure. Emerging in 18th century France, it moved away from the seriousness of Baroque art and instead focused on the light color, playful depths, and graceful detail. Rococo art reflects the lifestyle of the wealthy and the desire for beauty and enjoyment during that time. Although it was later criticized for being too decorative and superficial, Rococo remained important for its influence on art, design, and architecture, and for showing how art can reflect social value and culture. Thank you. That's all from